Welcome to Plymouth Regional High School for tonight's NHIAA wrestling meet between the visiting Bow Falcons and your home team, Plymouth Bobcats. We at Plymouth Regional High School and the NHIAA understand what an honor it is for student athletes to represent their schools and towns. Please let us be positive in every aspect of this meet, sportsmanship from the wrestlers, coaches, and fans, positive cheering only, and respect by everyone is expected for the referee work in tonight's meet. Thank you. Tonight will be the last home wrestling meet for 4 Plymouth Regional High School Bobcat wrestlers. Will the following seniors please come forward to the center of the mat? Trevor Ranlett. Hunter Lassard. Captain Nate Borger. And Stephen Shute. These seniors have led this year's team to a 9-4 record, along with 2 state championships and 1 state runner-up finish in the last 3 years. We thank them for their dedication and commitment to keeping the Bobcat wrestling tradition alive, and we wish them luck in their future endeavors. Thank you, boys. And now for tonight's matches. At 106 from Bow, Wyatt Reinhardt. And from Plymouth, Tynan Boschman. At 113 for the Bobcats, Charlie Como. At 120 from Bow, Skylar Huttendorf. And for your Bobcats, Trevor Randlett. At 126 for Bow, Zach Anderson. At 132 for Bow, Alec Schultz. And for the Bobcats, Nate Philbin. At 138 for Bow, Anthony DiFilippo. And for Plymouth, J.C. Garmer. At 145, Ben Buford. And for the Bobcats, Joe Cleary. 152, A.J. Bliss. And for the Bobcats, Joe D'Ambruso. At 160, Alex Buford. And for Plymouth, John Panis. At 170, Daniel Scott. And for Plymouth, Nate Borger. At 195, Ryan Nichols. And for Plymouth, Eddie Camp. At 220 for Bow, Matt Nichols. At heavyweight for Bow, Will Zakastall. And for the Bobcats, Stephen Shute. Your referee for tonight will be Mr. Matt Doffler. Will you please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
Welcome to tonight's meet featuring the Bow Falcons and the Plymouth Bobcats. I'm Aaron Como. I'm here with Pemmy Baker TV to bring you the action tonight. The captains will join each other in the center of the mat and do the coin flip, and we'll get this match underway. It should be an exciting match tonight. I believe we're starting out at the 132-pound weight class, where we'll feature Nate Philbin versus Alex Schultz of Bow. Bow is a fantastic wrestling team. They're coached by some fantastic individuals. Brock Hoffman leads the way. He's been involved in this program for several years and started a youth program probably 7 or 8 years ago, the Bow Brawlers, and he's kind of followed those kids along through the years, and he has a championship caliber team here tonight. The Bobcats are giving up 4 forfeits to start, which is a tall task to come back from when you give your opponents 24 points to start with. But, you know, the matches you do see tonight, I suspect will be very competitive. And here we go with the 132-pound weight class.
Alex Schultz versus Nate Philbin.
See both wrestlers here trying to feel their opponent out. Alex gets a nice throw by there for a 2-point takedown. Immediately goes down to the single leg and wants to bring Nate to the mat. He wants to keep the wrestling on the mat. He doesn't want the mat to meet to go back on his feet. Alex has got the bar in there. He's trying to work a stack. Nate's being stubborn under there and not giving it up. Switches over and tries to go to the cradle. He gets the cradle. Again, Nate's being stubborn though. He's not going to give it up easy. Goes over the top. And he's going to get some near fall points here. I believe he was there long enough to get 2. Yes, the ref gives him 2 near fall points. He's leading the match 4-0 now. Nate's going to have to reestablish his base here and try and work some hand control and keep those cradles off, keep those bars out. You're going to go out here and probably get a fresh start, which is wise. Nate's going to have to use this fresh start to try and generate some momentum off the bottom and try and move to an escape. He doesn't use the whistle. Alex comes right out to the front headlock. Nate's going to escape there for the 1 point. Alex is still working that head pretty hard, though. He wants to bring him back to the mat and either try and run a Brands or cement mixer, as they call it. Possible near side cradle. There's a shot there. Nice shot. Alex rolls right through. But Nathan had good hips. Got to spin behind to get his 2. That was a nice scramble. Both wrestlers did a nice job in that scramble. Nate brings him back to the mat, gets his 2. Alex right back to his feet, though. That was an exciting first period right there. Both wrestlers are really tenacious, really getting after it and putting on a pretty good wrestling match here. Right now, Bo leads at 4-3. Nate chooses neutral. I think that's a good position in Nate to choose rather than to be down or on top. He's got to be careful not to back up too much here. He'll get called for a stalling point. He wants to circle the center of the mat. He's got to set that shot up a little better. Get some. Alex goes for the throw, gets it. Nate tries to roll through. He can't do it. Looks like Alex has got it pretty tight there. He's going to secure it. This could be a 6-point victory here. Nate's fighting hard, though. He's not giving up. He doesn't want to give up that pin easy, but got a minute 25 left on the clock. It's a long time to struggle off your back. You can hear the Bow crowd, and he gets the pin. Alex Schultz gets the pin. That's a good start for the Bow Falcons. They're going to start this off leading this match 6-0 with a pin at 132. Next up at 138, we have J.C. Garma and Anthony DelFlippio. JC's a junior. He should come out here and really get after it. He's going to want to try and even this match up here with this one. JC's working the head, going for the inside tie. Probably looking for a shuck, which he attempts there. Goes right to the shot, comes up, spins, gets his 2. That was a nice transition for JC to go from the shuck to the double leg. Coach has been preaching that in the room pretty heavy. He's got that bar in there. You can see both teams have very similar styles where, you know, they like to teach the bar series and cradles and from the top position. Both teams already from the top position have worked bars. A good stand up by Anthony, but JC brings him back to the mat. He's got to try and slow this match down and get some hand control and flatten out his opponent to the mat where he can either pull in that bar or work a cradle or tilt or something like that. But, you know, comes with the stack, gets the stack. He's going to get some near fall points here. Gets the pin. JC Gama spins him, holds him, and gets the pin. The match is tied up 6-6. Next up at 145, we have our captain, Joe Cleary. He'll be going against Ben Buford from Bow. Again, Joe's a fun wrestler to watch. Ben's a gamer. He's not going to give anything up easy. He's going to want to wrestle 6 minutes here.
145, Ben Buford for Joe Cleary.
Again, both men work in the center of the mat, feeling each other out, trying to get the inside tie, work some hand control, maybe work an angle for a shot. Joe changes his level there and gets Ben to fall to his knees, which is a pretty good indication that, you know, he really thought Joe was going to shoot. Joe's got a pretty good double leg. If he can clear those arms, he can usually get in pretty deep, and he's strong enough to pull those legs in and double leg for a takedown. Ben takes a shot. Joe goes right to the front head. Wants to bring him back to the mat. Try a near side cradle. He just spins and gets his 2. That's wise. At this point, he just wants to settle the match down and see what he can work on top. Working a crossface there, trying to secure the elbow. A sit and spin by Ben. Joe Cleary comes right back to the front head, still in control. Joe's keeping his angle on him to this side. Probably looking to just get back behind like that and maintain control. Pretty slow so far. Neither man able to really get anything going here. Ben not able to get off the bottom, and Joe not able to turn him. Coach is probably going to start telling Joe to cut him and give him his 1-point escape and take the match back to his feet, where Joe can usually score and sometimes score a takedown to a pinning combination. But Joe chooses down in the second period. A quick sit, gets the escape. Spins behind, gets his 2-point takedown. He now leads the match 5-0. I just heard Coach Cleary telling him if he can't get hand control to go neutral, and that's exactly what Joe does. I think he can score. He's got more scoring opportunities from his feet. Goes back in, gets that single leg, dumps him for a 2-point takedown. He's going to let him go again, I bet. He'll try and turn him for a minute, but Coach is going to tell him to cut him so that he can have better scoring opportunities from his feet. The key to this meet is going to be, pinning where you're supposed to pin and not getting pinned where you're not supposed to get pinned. And that's exactly what I think Ben's trying to do here. Is he knows that he wants to keep this to a decision rather than a pin. So Joe lets him back to his feet, and we're now neutral again. We're I think Joey's the most dangerous. Ben takes a shot. Joe goes to the front head, goes to the chin whip, misses it. Ben gets the 2-point takedown. Now a 7-4 match. It's a risky move. Sometimes Joe gets it. When he does, it can be deadly. Put a person right to their back. He can usually pin from it, but, you know, Coach Hoffman's got them schooled. They know what they're in for. They know what some of our guys like to do, you know. They're watching them wrestle, maybe even checking out tape on them. Joey's trying to work back to his feet. He turns in. He's going to look to get an escape here or even a reversal. He's stretching him. He's got 13 seconds to score a point here. He's going to get his 1 point to an escape. Now 8-4. That's the end of the second. Ben has choice, and he has chosen down. I think that's a good choice because Joe has had a hard time turning him. You know, best case scenario for him is Joe lets him go and he gets a point. You see Ben go right to his belly, almost like in a freestyle move, kind of turtling up, and the ref gives him a stalling warning right away because he recognizes it. And that's just, I think, like I said, Ben trying to keep this to a decision rather than a pin, you know, which is, you know, credit to his coach. Joe having a hard time getting anything going on top. I think coach is going to tell him to cut him here shortly and go back to his feet if he can. Joe finally lets him up because he just can't turn him from the top position. Ben goes back to a shot. Joe takes him down, lets him right back up. He's got a minute. He's got to score more points. Gets 2-point takedown there. It's going to be 12-6, but coach is telling him to let him up again. Two-point takedown again. Joe lets him up again. He's going to go right back for a takedown here. 2 points again. 16-8. It's hard to outdistance him to get that major decision because you give him a point every time you let him up, you know what I mean? Ben's doing a good job, just not giving up any near fall here in this match so far. Again, he gets called for stalling on bottom, and Joe Cleary gets awarded a point because the other man was stalling. He's going to get away without a pin here. Be a major decision, but Joe Cleary gets the win there. Next up at 152, we've got Joe D'Ambruso versus A.J. Bliss. Joe's a sophomore. Again, you know, Joe's a sophomore. Bliss has been around a while. He's wrestled a long time. I think this is, you know, kind of a similar situation that in the last match where we're going to be looking to just not give up any near fall or any pin points here. Just stay in the match, be competitive.
152, A.J. Bliss, Joe D'Ambruso.
Joe's working that inside tie, possibly looking for a shuck or something. Both wrestlers moving back to the center of the mat. Joe with a level change fake shot there. AJ didn't bite on that much. Both wrestlers just kind of feeling the other out, looking for an opportunity, seeing where they can push, pull, maybe, you know, loosen up the opponent to get an angle here and there and work their shot, whatever it is. A shot there, deep shot, chin whip by Joe D'Ambruso. He's got it tight. And that could be a pin right there. That would be a big win for Joe D'Ambruso. That could be a big win for him. Be a big win for the team here too. Looks like he's got it pretty tight. I can't believe at this point the ref hasn't pinned it, called him out of bounds. That's a tough one there. I think Joe had him glued to the mat, but you know, he let his foot go across that out of bounds line, and a little better mat awareness there, and he might have been able to secure that pin. There's a lot of time left on the clock and been tough to bridge for that long. I think we got a blood timeout here. Somebody is bleeding on the mat. Looks like they got it cleaned up, and we're going to be back in action. AJ's on bottom. It's 5-0 now. It's a 2-point takedown with 3-point near fall. Works back to his feet. Gets the escape. It's one point escape. It's 5-1 now. 12 seconds left. He might be looking for score here to end this first period a little closer than it is. I think time's going to run out here. That was a great job by Joe D'Ambruso. AJ got in deep on a double leg there, and Joe did what they call a chin whip and brought him right to his back. Again, Joe will probably let him back to his feet. He'll ride him for a few seconds here. Oh! That was a spectacular move from the bottom. And it hurt from my reaction. You see the bow wrestler kind of landed awkwardly on his neck there for a minute. It didn't look very comfortable, but he seems to be unaffected by it, and he now gets the 2-point reversal, and it's 5-3. I don't know if D'Ambruso was shook up on that or not. He seems to be just kind of hanging out down bottom there. Like he was affected by it at some level. Maybe he had banged his head or something. It definitely looked like AJ kind of torqued his neck there, but like I said, he seems healthy enough and ready to go. 5-3. Got a big bow crowd here tonight, and they're fired up to beat Plymouth. I think they know that they're in a position to beat them this year with their lineup. You know, they got some talented kids, and I think they see the opportunity here, and the crowd came to support them. That's good to see. Still 5-3 here. D'Ambruso would work to get an escape point here, or maybe a reversal, and keep the lead going into the third period. Keeps building up to his feet, and then AJ is dropping down, tying the ankles up, bringing them back to the mat. Again, AJ's trying to work bars here and hand control from the top position. Really, if you watch the two teams wrestle from the top position, they're very, very similar. Coaching styles, I think, are pretty similar. Just good old hard-nosed, old-fashioned wrestling from the top position. Got 30 seconds here, and D'Ambruso just get through this period without giving up any more points. He'll go into the third with the lead, and I think he'll have choice. So neither wrestler being able to do much of anything right now. AJ gets the bar in there pretty deep. Joe's got to build up to his base and stop giving up that bar, because he's very susceptible to being turned when they get that bar deep in like that. But we got 4 seconds on the clock, and the second period will run out here without any further score. We're going to go into the third period. D'Ambruso's going to have choice. He's going to choose neutral. I think that's a good choice for him. Wasn't able to get out from the bottom position. Doesn't want to give up a takedown here, though. He wants to get a takedown. So far, it seems like AJ's been the aggressor in the match, and Joe has capitalized on a mistake. Almost capitalized on it the second time, but AJ came out on top. So AJ working his level changes, got a good shot there. Joe gets him up off his legs though, got the front head. You got to clear that leg. Got to clear that leg before he can spin like that. And Joe's trying to get the 2 points, but AJ's going to get the takedown. He comes out the back door, as they say, and Dan Brusso's working hard for the escape. They go out of bounds. It's a tie match here. It's 5-5. We've got 1 minute and 8 seconds left, and Dan Brusso needs to work for escape or a 2-point reversal. AJ is going to work hard to keep him down, try and turn him. He may cut him to try and give him a point and then get 2 with a takedown. He may be happy to go into overtime tied 5-5. I think he's probably comfortable on his feet.
Out, Joe.
Working the edge of that mat there. Joe's trying to stay in bounds so that they don't stop the clock. Got to be careful not to get caught in that cradle. Again, that bow cradle. He's got the Merkel there locked up. Now he's looking for the cradle again. Joe's got to be careful not to get flattened out there. And they go out of bounds, get a fresh start. 23 seconds left. A fresh start might do him some good. He's going to have to pop up hard, and he's got to get hand control. He hasn't been able to get hand control, and that's really been the difference between him getting out on bottom or not. So both wrestlers pretty tired at this point. Both really want to win for their team. Been an exciting match so far, as we knew they would be tonight. Joe gets the 1 point, but now AJ's in deep, and they go out of bounds. 16 seconds on the clock. Dan Brusso's leading the match 6-5, and Brock is yelling at AJ that he's got to go. He's got to get a takedown here. Dan Brusso knows he can't give it up. He gets the 2 points out of bounds. 8.1 seconds left on the clock. That was a great last second takedown by AJ. Kept his feet in bounds, kept his composure. 8 seconds, Dan Brusso's got to work for an escape here. If he can get 1 point, he can force this into overtime. Good leg control there by AJ. It looks like time's gonna, he's got a locked hands. It looks like he locked his hands at the last second, which is gonna get Dan Brusso 1 point, which will tie the match. That's a big mistake right there by AJ. It could come back on him. Although he's been really the aggressor on their feet and has the ones that have gotten the takedowns so far. He's been in pretty deep on Dan Brusso a couple of times now. So Joe's got to be careful, protect his legs. This is sudden death victory here too. The first takedown's going to win this match. Both wrestlers fighting tough. Dan Brusso trying to take him to the mat. AJ's got the leg. And he's going to have the, oh, they both go out of bounds. What a fight. What a great fight by both wrestlers. Just when you thought Dan Brusso had secured that single leg, AJ comes back with a reverse move of his own, and they spin out of bounds. You see both teams up cheering. This is probably one of the most exciting home matches we've had in a long time. Again, both wrestlers very fatigued, and they really would like to end this in the first minute of overtime with a takedown rather than go to the mat and have to wrestle it out. 7 seconds left in the first period of the first overtime. Nice shot there by AJ. Again, they go out of bounds. 2.9 seconds left. You got to give both these wrestlers credit. You know, I mean, it's easy to sit on the sideline and not participate in a sport like this, but to be out here you know, to be out here and to put this kind of effort forward for your teams is just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It takes a special individual to come out here and do this, you know, day in, day out. And you know, at the end of the match, one of them's got to lose. After a spectacular match like this, somebody's going to have to walk off to their teammates with a loss. And to have that kind of courage, go out there and do that, boy, my hat's off to him. What a fantastic sport. Builds a lot of character and a lot of courage. And the refs give him some encouragement here and some instructions to get into the second period of the first overtime. Be a 30-second period. Alex is going to work for the escape. He gets the escape. Now his coach is encouraging him to get the takedown here, because then that's a three-point match. And when Dan Brusso has the 30-second opportunity, he's going to have to score 3 points, which is a tall task when you're this tired, you know. So, got 5 seconds left. Time's going to run out. Now Dan Brusso gets an opportunity to go down, and a 1-point escape would tie it back up. A 2-point reversal would take the lead. Like I said, I think Joe D'Ambruso, actually, now that I think about it, has had more overtime matches this year than anybody on our team. I really do. I think he's had more overtime matches. Alex with great hand control. He's secured the ankle there, picked it up, dumped him. He's got to be careful not to. He's out of bounds there. "12 seconds left, and AJ leads it 8-7. If he can ride Dan Brusso out the remaining 12 seconds, he'll win the match in overtime, 8-7. He's locking hands again on the bottom, but I don't think the ref saw it. It's kind of dark underneath there with that light. Looks like he's going to ride him out here, and he's going to get the overtime decision. What a great match, boy, I'll tell you. Fantastic entertainment right there. Next up, at 160, we've got John Panis versus Alex Buford. Oh, looks like we're going to forfeit at 160. And we're going to bump John Panis up to 170, where he'll go against Daniel Scott. Right now, Bo leads the match 15-10. Both wrestlers getting after it right now, working each other's head, fast and furious in there. John deep in on that high crotch. John's had some problems with his shoulders this year, and you know, as you can see right there, his shoulder just kind of gave out when he got in deep on that high crotch, and that's kind of been an issue all year, and something that he's wrestled through. Coaches give him credit for wrestling through the injury. But you could see it there. He got in real deep, had a great high crotch. He just, as soon as there's any weight put on it. John's got to build up to his base here and get hand control back. You can see that bar in there again. Daniel's trying to put in the bar. Something we've seen tonight several times. Was able to work Panis over, but was out of bounds. John off the whistle. Wasn't able to get hand control. Daniel's working for that bar again, and I don't blame him. It was very effective here a minute ago when he went out of bounds. John's got to get his arm out of there. He's got a bar on one side. He keeps trying to throw a half in the other side.
Up and out, John. Up and out. Up, up. Up.
Got 6 seconds left here, and the last 30 seconds, they're kind of uneventful. Got the bar in there. That ends the first, and Daniel leads it 2-0. He wins the toss. He chooses down. Feels confident that he can escape from the bottom. Great jump off the whistle. Circling in hard. John gets the brands and throws him to his back. He's got to keep that arm. As you can see, he's got to work that. Work it hard. Wasn't able to get any near fall with that. Had him to his back momentarily, but not enough for a 2 count, 3 count, 4 count. He was able to flatten him out, slow him down a little bit. Daniel seems to like to work off momentum a lot. John's working in his own bar now. Again, Western hook, bar series seems to be a common theme between both teams. John's got the bar in. Daniel turtles out the other side. Probably going to go out of bounds here. And they go out of bounds. Going to get a fresh start here. John's got to stop his first move. Either pick an ankle, chop that arm, secure the wrist, flatten him out to the mat, and put that bar back in and start working some tilt or turning techniques to try and secure some near fall here. Got the Western hook, which
Run a half.
John just sunk the half in deep, just wasn't able to run it through. He's got that hand control. He's got the hand in. Again, he's trying to work a bar series here. Coach is yelling maybe a gable. Got to get that other wrist, though. It's hard to run that unless you've secured the other wrist. He's got the wrist now. If he can run him. Again, Daniel does a great job turtling up away from him. He's spun. John comes to the front head. And he let his hips get kind of underneath him there at that last second. And Daniel was able to reverse for 2 points with just 4 or 5 seconds left on the clock. It's 4-0. John back to the top position. He is hoping to turn Daniel to his back. He's going to have to turn him for a couple of times in order to get enough points here to take the lead, or he's going to have to pin him, which is a possibility. Almost had the gable. Almost. Daniel comes out the front head, but John's hips again, he sags. Every time he sags like that, Daniel is able to come out on top. John finally recognized that. Coach is telling him, spin, spin, get you. Stay behind, Trying to work the gable. Again, Daniel's bellying out hard. And he's able to, John tried, he's trying some things. He come to the front head, try maybe brands again, cement mixer, He's going to have to take him down to his back at this point or take him down to pin. So, it wasn't necessarily a bad thing. He tried something. Coaches always say don't lose the match 2-0 or 4-0. Lose it 5 or 6-0 because at least you tried something, That was a great shot by Daniel. In on that leg, dumps him for the takedown. Now leads it 7-0. Got 40 seconds on the clock, and John's going to have to look to escape and turn him and pin him, I think, at this point, in order to win this match. He's come back and score enough points is going to be a tall task, but one quick move could do it, you know. You never know. Wrestling takes 5 seconds sometimes for the match to change. Got 18 seconds left. Daniel's still in control. Got 3 seconds left, and looks like Daniel's going to get the win here. Great win. You can hear the cheers of the Bow crowd there. Next up at 182, I believe we have a dual forfeit. Neither team will have a match. Actually, I think we're sending out Nate Borger for forfeit. Don't think Bo has anybody at that weight, so they sent him out for a forfeit. 195, we're going to have Eddie Camp versus Ryan Nichols. Eddie's a freshman, first-year wrestler for us. Done a great job, works hard in the room, good kid. Everyone likes him, you know, a lot of promise. You know, struggle first-year wrestler. Tough to come out and compete against older kids. But, you know, he's managed a couple of wins for us, and we're excited that he's out and hoping, you know, that he'll stick with it. You know, at this weight, 95, 220, 4 years, you know, you could really rise to a level where that, you know, you could place in your divisional meet, state meet here. Ryan gets the front headlock, brings Eddie to the mat, spins to get his 2. He's trying to work in that power half now. Eddie's got to peel it off and look away. Throws in a full Nelson, and it's going to be a 1-point penalty for illegal move. Eddie works to his feet, brought right back to the mat by Ryan. Oh, he lets him up, and Eddie gets 1 point for escape. Ryan's right back in on his legs and forces him out of bounds there. Ryan going to the front head. Eddie giving that up just a little bit too easy. He's flattening him out. Now he's going to the brands. It looks like he's going to turn him over here. Again, tough position to get out of. It looks like he's probably going to get the pin here on Eddie. And there's the pin. .20 is the next match. I do not believe we have a wrestler at 220, so we're going to forfeit to Bo. Matt Nichols, I believe, will accept that forfeit at 220. That'll put us right into the heavyweight match of Steven Shute and Will Zakastal. Will's probably the top wrestler in Division III right now at the heavyweight division, being a first-year wrestler for us. You know, done a great job. We expect big things out of him at the state meet. You know, you never know at this weight. Things can turn quick, you know. A lot of times with these heavyweights, it's whoever can get their opponent on their back, you know, first, secure them on their back, and can usually get the pin. It's tough to push 260-plus pounds off, you know. I think they wrestled earlier in the year, and Zach won that match. Beat Steven, or Will, I should say. Will beat Steven in that match. He's trying to get the front headlock, bringing him to the mat, which is what heavyweights try to do a lot of times, is bring them to the mat in a front headlock and run that brands. Nice shuck there to a Russian. Wasn't able to do much with it. Will's going for that. He's going for that overhook, forcing the overhook, underhooks. Big men like this a lot of times like to go right to those headlocks, those throws, because, like I said, if they get their opponent to their back, usually they can pin them, you know. So they go for those home run moves. Both wrestlers go out of bounds there. Again, you know, Steve, if we'd have had him for 4 years, boy, you know, we're pretty confident he'd have been one fantastic wrestler. But He goes for the headlock there. This is it. Ends up down. And Will secures the takedown for 2 points. And he's, again, working hand control, throwing in a deep half, pulling in the wrist control, working power halves. Again, trying to turn Steven. Again, he's got to be careful not to turtle the other way too quick and look into a half coming from the opposite direction. Got the half in there deep, but Steven's being stubborn, you know, not giving it up. And Will goes back and forth from half to the other half. First period's going to run out here, and Will's going to have the lead 2-0. To do a Merkel, doesn't work, goes to his back, but wow, what a great job of Steven getting up off his back there. It's 4-1. Will got the 2-point reversal, but almost immediately Steven rolled out of it and got the 1-point escape. Conditioning plays a huge part in these matches at this point in the season. A lot of times it's whoever's been conditioned and can push through the aches and pains and who's tired and who doesn't have breath, and you know, you got to negotiate with your body at this point and find a little bit more in that gas tank. Tries the fireman's there. Shooty goes to the front head. As you can see, he's pretty tired at this point. That's a lot of body out there to throw around. Will goes right to the overhook, trying to force the Russian. Again, goes to the overhook. Likes that overhook. He's pushing into Steven. Steven's got to be careful. Pulls off to the Russian. I'm guessing he's trying to pull that Russian into a low single or a high crotch. Again, he just pulls the front head down and is able to take Steven down, put him to his back here, and he gets the pin. Not necessarily that much unexpected. I mean, you know, Will's a senior, I believe, and been wrestling for a while. Steven, a first-year wrestler, so. Next up from Plymouth, we have Ty Boscheman. He's going to be going against Wyan Reinhardt from Bow. Wyatt is normally at 106. Typically, Charlie Como from Plymouth's at 106, but he's not tonight. The two of them usually have some fantastic matches. But Wyatt's a great wrestler, been around for a while. Definitely in competition for state title, even a Meeta Champions title at this point. Tynan's a first-year wrestler, freshman, a little underweight. And as you can see, Wyatt's already got the takedown and right to the back, and it's going to get the quick pin. Next up, we got Charlie Como from Plymouth, and he's probably going to accept a forfeit from Bo. And next up, we have from Plymouth, Trevor Ranlett and Skylar Haddendorf. Skylar is a female, but don't let the gender fool you. She is one fantastic wrestler. You know, she has excelled at the national level in certain styles of wrestling. She's beaten a lot of great wrestlers this year around the state. Definitely has got everybody paying real close attention to her in that 120-pound weight class. You know, you go to these tournaments and you see her wrestle against the boys and hear people say, you know, she's a pretty good wrestler for a girl. And, you know, I think that's pretty unfair because she's just a good wrestler, period. Like I said, she's beaten some of the best male athletes in the state this year and is probably the top seed in 120 in the Division III state meet and clearly a top 6 contender at the Meeta Champions. Trevor was trying to work that front head there. Skylar is a judo champion, I believe, at the national level in female competition. And you'll see that her style of wrestling really shows why. She's good at judo. She's very strong upper body and lower body, and is good with the throws. Trevor's been around too. He's wrestled a lot of matches in his 4-year career, and he's done a great job for us this year as a senior. He's been a state place winner a couple of times for us, and you know he's going to go out there and wrestle hard too. He's got a few tricks up his sleeves. You know, this being his last match at home, he's probably gonna put a little extra effort forward. You know what I mean? Again, Trevor trying that snap the head down. First period's gonna end here with no score on the board. Plymouth wins the toss. Trevor chooses down. Great stand up there by Trevor. He was able to clear his hands from hand control and get his hips underneath him and stand up quick, and now they're back on their feet, which I think is a great spot for both wrestlers. I know that Skylar prefers to be on her feet, and I think that Trevor does too. Both wrestlers kind of working the edge there. Ref's going to encourage him to work towards the center, use the whole mat. Both wrestlers being somewhat defensive here. Neither wrestler taking a shot at the legs or below the waist, which I think is going to have to happen in order for either the person that wins this match is going to have a takedown. A takedown is going to win this match eventually at some point. Trevor goes in, gets put in the front head there, where Skylar loves to be in that front head. She'll go to the ankle pick from that, and a couple other signature moves of hers. It's chin whip. She's pretty effective with that.
Jock. Circle.
Again, both wrestlers being very defensive, neither wrestler taking a shot. I think the ref's going to probably warn them both here at some point for stalling, or at least I hope he does, so that we can get some more action of this match.
Inside control.
There's a shot, didn't clear. Skylar's got that front head tight though. She loves that front headlock. She's very effective from there. She wants to be up on their feet like that. Trevor's wise to try and get out of bounds with that. Another shot there. Kind of a low risk shot, low single. Trevin goes in for a single. Doesn't secure it. 8 seconds left. Skylar's going for that chin whip. But she gets it. Trevor tried to re-roll. Shouldn't play that game. We're going to get a 2-point takedown there, and then a 3-point near fall to go up 5-1. And I'll tell you, she's very hard to score on in any position. So that a 5-point move can be very hard to come back from when you wrestle Skylar. She's doesn't give up points very easy. If they go back to their feet, you'll see that, you know, he's unable to score on her from their feet. So Skylar able to get up, hand control, get her hips on the move. She turns, faces, gets the escape. She's now up 6-1. We got a minute 22 here on their feet. Trevor's really going to have to pull a miracle out here. He's going to have to a 2-point takedown with some near fall in order to tie this matchup. It's almost at the point where he's going to have to try what we consider a home run move, which is just try something. Got under a minute left here, and Skylar's good with the hand control there. Keeps Trevor from getting in on any shots or collar ties to try any throws or headlocks. Or she's, like I said, very difficult to score against. This would still be a 1-0 match if Trevor hadn't got caught in that chin whip. Here she goes again with the same thing. This time she's going to get the pin, I think, and she does. That's the game that she's very good at. You know, you get in on those legs, and she's very good at the chin whip. That's going to pretty much do it for tonight's match. That puts it out of reach for Plymouth, and of course Plymouth does not have a match at 126 for Zach Anderson, so he'll get the forfeit for Bo. And I think this is the first time Bo's beaten Plymouth, so a great night for them and their fans. Come up here to Plymouth and put it to them like this. It's you know, it's a big night for them, and that'll do it. Plymouth will be off Saturday to Salem for a try meet, and then we'll have the week to practice, and the following weekend we will be in Pelham for the Division III state meet. We'll see you next time.